And hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. It underscore Gintu back again. Much of the people will be wondering about where is Gintu today. Gintu is in a safe house, and everything is so fantastic, guys. Today it has become so krakatooing because I can just give you much of the recap on how things are just running. Guys, today we had the PS, who is the person who is representing the interior security. It was coming to Nyabuans with the much of the PSs there, and talk about the area MP, 2 area MPs, they were there, the MCAs who are representing the ward, talk about the chiefs, talk about the sub-chiefs, talk about the village elders, and much of the people, they came, and also the protocol observe. The protocol observe meaning that the villagers, they were there so that they can just be addressed with this kind of the gigantic and fabricatic edition that was being aligned with the government to make sure that they're going to be bringing much of the security pattern to Nyabuhansa, because much of the time previously you have heard about Nyabuhansa is going to be in insecurity there, and much of the things have been happening in terms of much of the things in terms of robbery, in terms of kidnapping, and much of the things, and also illegal stuffs from one place to another, because we are living at the border. So today I just woke up, and I was having much of the krakatu of the day here and there to make sure that I'm performing my own things the way it's more possible. Then I talked about, okay, whenever they're going to be arriving, because it was around 10 a.m. I will be have reached where it was necessary. So I went to make sure that I'm fueling the car, and I could not use it because it was not having still it's called the number plate. So the number plate had to arrive today. Then after there, I talked about, okay, I have refueled, because even going for that kind of a number plate, I could just go with the car and I got it into the garage. Then I progressed to get the number plate where they have been sent from Mombasa. Then I talked about, okay, what I have to do is let me go now to this kind of the event that has been analyzed, because even me, I'm a citizen too, so as I can just go and get the picture how it is, and also bring it one-on-one for the people who are living in Nyabuhansa. Maybe they want to talk about what happened, everything, whenever it's just, and the politics were there. Then I talked about, okay, I'll just bring it one-on-one to the people. But I was having a doubt that, what might happen, because this kind of the people, they're not genuine. They might be talking about, because it was much of the security pattern that was there. It's all the sections in terms of the DCI, CID, Kenya Police, GSU, all the sections of the police that were there, making sure that they are guarding, because the PSS of interior security, you understand, such kind of a position is a bigger position in the government. So the security and the police should be ordered, and chiefs and everybody should be ordered to go and make sure that they are cheering there and maintaining law and order. So I now took my camera, and after getting the vehicle to the garage, then I was waiting for the moment. So as the number plate that has been sent to Mombasa, I could just get a call that it has reached where I told them to get it into Migori, because I never needed it to go to Sirari, because when I was attacked, this kind of the people talked about we are going up in Sirari. So I could not get it there, because I could not go there, because I know where it could just land. It's in G4S, where the security pattern, you can just find it's going to the custom, where is the custom where now this kind of the goons might be hiding and waiting for Gintu to appear, and they are always having this kind of the tracking, you understand what I mean. So I talked about, let me get it to Migori, then whenever I just go to Migori, then I'll get it from Migori. Then I left the vehicle and to the garage. Then I decided that, okay, before I let it there, my brother told me that, oh, you know what, I have something I want to pick from Nyabuhansa there a little bit. Then I get it to there. I'll just take it to the garage on your behalf. So I talked about, okay, there's no problem. You just continue with whatever you want. So I went to shoot much of the video. So I waited the video from Nyabuhansa. I sat down. I talked about I have to run, and I was running here and there, and my pockets were full because I had to get the backups. Talk about the extra batteries. Talk about the power bank and everything. Talk about the chargers, and I put them onto my pocket. Then, guys, I've not yet bought that kind of a bag, so as I can just be carrying it with my own luggages. So I'm always having this kind of like long trouser. So I put here like this one here. It is a power bank is here, and a phone here. There's a pocket here. There's a pocket here. There's a pocket. So this pocket here, it's for the GoPro. So I talked about, okay, there's no problem. Let me head and make sure that everything is possible. So I went there. I was so bulked, and I shooted a video. I was running here and there, east and west and center, and I shot a video. I brought those kind of the people, because I was now acting like I am one of the media people. So I was there at their neck, whatever they're just doing, I'm there and informing the people whatever is happening, because it was one-on-one. I don't have a cameraman, I don't have a mic, so it's me. I'm one-on-one with this kind of the camera. So much of the people can never do it, much of because you understand. That's why you will see only Gint will just broadcast it live from Nyabohanse, what happened and how the things happen. So I was talking about I want to be waiting for this kind of the PS. I was shooting much of the entertainment there, at the area MP there, talk about the women representative, because much of today's event was the security and opening much of talk about the projects that the government brought to the villages or to the villagers, to make sure that everything is possible. And also this kind of the women groups, so they were being facilitated and funded with much of the money to support themselves, to grow themselves, because this kind of the groups are getting much of the time and also getting much of the funds from the government to support themselves. It's muchly whenever you are in a group. So I was shooting there, and alongside I saw one of the goons from Nyabohanse, who is a YouTuber, very stupid man, and I'm not it's not a forsake, it's a real thing that there's a stupid person who is always pregnant. It is a man who is being fed with his own family and fed with his own mother, yet he has even married, and is just thinking about his everything. There's a day I brought this kind of the cracker too, and I went to where he was always smoking much of the illegal stuffs, and thinking about is the only owner, and he's only having 2 shillings and to the pocket. He thinks about he has so much money, and he thinks about he gonna be controlling everything. He's just pere like a stupid woman, and who doesn't even recognize himself. So he's just a pregnant man. So I saw him running with a police officer, and he just cut once, sha. Then I was shooting a video. Then I checked, because I'm always attentive, because I talked about I always did security pattern. So whenever I'm shooting even videos, I'm checking on how the crowd is, how they're behaving, because whenever you're shooting a video, you check on the behaviors of the crowd, so as you can just get the real spot where you can just get a video from. Then I talked about, okay, there's no problem about that one. So I'm gonna be heading forward to talk about, okay, what's gonna be coming out. I talked about, okay, let me check where he's just moving. So he started talking about, yeah, you look that person, and he was just pointing at me and telling the police officers who were there that, oh, this is the person, oh. I was seeing and how he's just mentioning, and it started from Nyabohanse. So when I started investigating, he never knew that I was starting investigation. So I sent much of the people to understand from the police. Then I called one of the police who was being told such kind of the words. Then I talked about, okay, what has happened? I talked about, okay, there's this person who is a YouTuber, and is I see is always having a camera that even like the one you're having, and is telling me much of the things, Buan. So your security is blown up. I talked about what's the problem. He talks about he was calling all the people, the staffs, that, oh, Gintu was the one who was being to be aligned, but he just vanished and fled, and they never got him. So come and get him. I want to revenge that the day he was just talking about Orono what, you know, this kind of the boy, he has taken much of our people, he has taken much of the donors who are always donating to us. He has taken, how am I taking such kind of the donors to us, some of the people? Am I there to challenge somebody's affidavit or somebody's accusations, or talk about I can just take and blow somebody's mind and talk about I want you not to support this kind of the person? Somebody to come out clear and talk about Gintu has ever told me that this case a person is very bad, don't support this kind of a person. It has never happened. So it's just getting some of the rumors, very stupid ideologies, lunatic psychopathism things, and that's why we talk about a stupid is a stupid. And when we negotiate with a stupid, we always being a stupid. So this is just a stupid goon who doesn't even understand himself. So he thinks about whenever now we're going to be bringing the police. The effect is one. He was telling the police that, you know, let me bring the police so that I can show them that he's here, and I will be getting some money. When you get him and put a lot of money on him so as we can just get money. So if you are lacking money, guys, this is the fact I'm always telling the people and much of the YouTubers. If you are lacking money, when I talk about Gintu, can you help me with 1,000? Help me with this one. I can tell you that, okay, today I don't have, or have done this and done this. Tomorrow I'll get something so as I can just lend it to you. But somebody is coming and talking about shit and thinking about now Gintu be aligned. And it's the same, guys. Let me tell you this kind of the story. Let me tell you. When Mugesi was arrested and he was taken with the DCI and to the police post in Isibania, then he was taken to the customs of Kenya where he was being accused and was being told much of the things. Yet he slept there and nothing happened. It's only money for you to get out. You can just remember the time of the sausage girl. Then this girl, kind of a goon, he was the first person to rush there and talk about, A, B, C, D, and he was talking to my brother that go tell your brother that you should make friendship with police. Who told you that a police can just have a friendship with you? Don't be stupid, and I'm not stupid to be addressed with stupid goons who can never even sense. A person who is being the mother, her own mother is the one who is cooking for him and her wife. Imagine such kind of a scenario, and it's coming to tell people that, my people, my people. He's just talking like a speaker which is put in a bottle top, and he's thinking about, you're going to be having much of the lunatic things to get out. And the fact is one, I want to be telling people this way, that whatever you think about, you're going to be setting into, I'm going to be getting you. And already I've been set from home so as the police could just attack me. So it means that my security is blown up. And my NBI is going to be happening to make things happen. Because this kind of a person, they think about, they're going to be now talking about, whenever you see Gintu is money. So everything is Gintu A, Gintu B, Gintu C, Gintu D. And that's the effect that is now coming out. So what I can just spot and tell people is don't think about Gintu has to have this kind of the stupid allegations again. And they think about whenever you now set up Gintu, you're going to be getting a lot of money. You're going to be, where I am here is I'm in such a security area. And I'm in an untrackable area where you think about, much of the people think about, Gintu has this and this, such kind of the people I'm just sympathizing with. And to the real fact of the day is to tell this kind of the people that I'm not interested with their own affidavit. And already I know in Nyaboanse, much of the YouTubers right now, even the people you are in the same stages, right now they don't want Gintu. Why? They're talking about Gintu is a loser. Gintu is this one. But I will show them that Gintu is the real G, because whenever I say that Gintu is the real G, I'm going to be surprising them. Now and again. By today, I know that they're talking about, guys, how it was. It was arranged that Gintu, whenever he's finished shooting the video, whenever the PSS and the governors and talk about the MPs, they're just vanishing from the stage and vanishing from the field of that kind of the school, we should go and just align him and succumb him once and surround him. So we find a way he can just run to, and I will be there shooting videos. So the effect was one. And he went to bring a GoPro, so as whenever things get worse, he's going to be shooting the video. So I was there at the gate, one of the houses there. Then I talked about, okay, let me now look at what is going to be happening. So whenever the field was clear, I saw them running east and west, and he was there. Imagine talking about, I've seen him here. But the effect is one. You never found him, my friend. The effect is one. even the people you think about, they're the ones who can just even sense, because there are people talking about Gintu came out whenever he was just thrown out from Kenya village, and he was thrown out here. He took out the three amigos. It was ours. You know, guys, you know how that three amigos was ours. You understand what I mean? And they're now coming to arraign me, because I've already known that the person who set me up is the person we are eating with. And the same person I'm talking about, this kind of the Lady J was the one who sent much of the money to lure this kind of the guys, because there are three in number whom they were lured with money so as they can just sell me. And the phone was coming from one position to another so as Gintu can just be thrown into a pogrom. But the fact has to come out, because I always say this as a fact, that whatever you are doing and thinking about, you're going to be shutting Gintu down. I've never been shut down. It's like shutting down a transformer. It's either, even if it rains, I can never. Even if power comes on surge, I can never. So the effect of them, it's just you just make your own allegations, put yourself in a way that you can never even handle yourself, and thinking about whenever you come out now, people are gonna be cheering you. Oh, you have done a very good job. Oh, the only people will be cheering you, they're from Kenge fraternity, and we talk about, yeah, now you have made the wonders. Now Gintu was shooting videos here and there to show people the reality. Now you have shown that, oh, he's being captured. Much of the people are looking for this kind of the view, that Gintu will be captured, and they will be there to capture that kind of the video, that, oh, Gintu is arrested, now we capture that kind of the video. They will be just waiting for that moment until the dogs start brushing their teeth. And that's the fact, because they think about whenever Gintu is always having his own monument to make sure that I'm having my own things, I'm handling my own things in a cohesive way of handling myself in a way systematic position. They think about Gintu is lying. And the fact is, guys, the fact is one, that Gintu, you know, I'm not a liquor guy, and I'm not a sniffer guy, and I'm not a smoking guy. So they're just wondering, wow, can we get Gintu? Because they're always looking A, B, C, D, all the roads. In terms of getting me in clubs, I'm no longer available. In terms of getting Gintu with the young ladies, I'm not available. Whenever talking about in town, Shagarabagara, shenanigans, I'm not available. So they see me once in Nyabuansi, and whenever you see Gintu, everybody's talking about, oh, Gintu, and I'm always surprising much of the people whenever I pass through town, and that is the different thing I'm always doing. And even the person who came with the information to tell Gintu that, oh, Gintu, you know what? Things are getting worse. I was shooting videos. It's one of my NBI, and is a border. The same person, he was talking while he was just listening, and he was just communicating, thinking about people are stupid like him. People are goons like him. Do you know how many people I'm paying in Nyabuhanse? If you want to enroll yourself, I will be paying you per month to collect data for Gintu. If you want such kind of a position, you just ask for it, because you don't have money. That's the fact. But don't come outside there because you are talking about, oh, I'm gonna be not having YouTube. You know, I want to quit YouTube. Nobody is bothered with you. Right now, I came and took over the position because it's one-on-one Gintu always come out. And the defect of now coming, thinking about, you're gonna be talking about, oh, I've set Gintu up. I want to go and join the Condad. You will never join Kenge fraternity. I'm telling these people as a fact. They will never join Kenge family as far as Gintu is unto this life. I'm telling them. And much of the people right now, look at what the Condad was talking about. That, shoot him. Bigger risasi, shoot him. It means that Gintu is in a very, very dismissive way. And right now, I'm going to be talking about, I'm living in fear. And that's the fact, because if a civilian goon can tell, he's talked about have the police and tell the people that shoot this kind of a person, and they were having some of the pistols there, and they're talking about, oh, shoot this kind of a person, it means that my security is blown out, because anytime you can find somebody is being sent. And that is the fact, because I heard the demon talking about, I was telling people that are going to be hiring people so they can just find these reactors who they are calling themselves reactors. And the fact is one, Gintu is never getting old, and I'm always having my own intelligence. And when I lend my hand to Nyabuhanse to get the real factual things that do come out with these small boys like this goon who is being fed with his own mother, things will just things will be bluntly. Yes, Abu. Ni aje? Sema tusikie. Mura nisha sort out kitambo haki ya Mungu Abu. Mtu asikuse. Sasa niambie eti nimsaidie kwa nitume pesa kwa Baraka. Si nimempatia 1000 asubuhi buda. Nimempatia asubuhi kabisa tena cash manze. Hapana, tulikutana na Nyabo, nilimwambia namwekea usiku, akaniambia ngoja kidogo, simu ikazimika, sikumwekea usiku, nikamwekea asubuhi, nikampatia cash. Mambo kwa aital kuruka, nitakupatia position nyingine kama pole. Haya, kuna nani nataka nichimbe, inaitwaje tank. So guys, this is what is now getting out of our hand, and much of the people are still having this kind of the cracker too that they're gonna be attacking into, getting into the pogrom, and even if right now, I had one person talking about I see Gintu is just building, and where is Gintu getting money from and building, and I don't know. Like right now, nobody knows where I am. Nobody knows where I am. And I'm performing my own duties, making sure that I'm sweating. I'm walking, guys, I'm walking several meters. I'm walking several kilometers and make a living. And some people are thinking about, Gintu is sitting down and putting the buttocks down the way they think about they're going to be putting buttocks down whenever they're sniffing or smoking some bangi and there. So some people are different. Please, can you act perpendicular with your own affidavit, my friend? Because when you think about Gintu is the same as you are just you are losing it. Because I'm always making things happen outside here. So let's make things happen as far as everything is concerned. Because even I've seen the demons, they are in Mombasa. They are now, even imagine guys, imagine this kind of the goons. Imagine a sister and a brother. They are going to show each other their private parts. What kind of occultism is this one? Because I've never seen this kind of the stupidity of the highest order. I imagine a girl is lifting their leg up and showing, and a picture is coming out from his own brother and talking about, we are enjoying ourselves, enjoying while seeing the cucumber and seeing your sister's avid pleasure. I'm still sympathizing with this kind of the people who built the nation, because this is what they need. Imagine you are just putting your buttocks behind and showing your brother that, these are the biggest buttocks you have in this world. Where are we living to? Because it's the scenario that whenever we are coming to react and talk about, this is the stupidity that whenever we have the young generation of YouTubers, they're going to be growing and coming up with much of the things so they can give the content out. They're going to be talking about which kind of the content is this one, because they start it, and whenever it gets to much of the people, they talk about now we have to leave it. Look at right now, they're now putting people's outside here and putting some of the talk about the underwears and talking about, guys, this is my underwear, and showing the line that God cut it at the middle chest and showing it outside and telling that, my brother, put the camera there and shoot that a line that God separated the buttocks with. And you're talking about, I'm just wearing, I'm just a good YouTuber, I'm just, whenever we react upon that kind of the stupidity, where the young generation YouTubers are going? Because right now we don't have even the young generation. Everybody is fearing that, Gintu is now having this, whenever they talk about, okay, can I grow my YouTube? Everybody's talking about, no, reach 1,000 subscribers, then come for a shout out. Where are we going to live? How are we going to make these kinds of the things to come out? It's something which will be krakatoing unto the dime. And the fact has to come out that let's focus ourselves and make things clear. And when this kind of the things gonna be ending, this kind of the saga gonna be ending, it will be something which is unique, because much of the people, and no day saga will ever end in Nyabohanse. And I'm telling this as a fact to much of the people. Right now they are looking for Gintu. They are looking on a spare where they will just track Gintu and get Gintu and make sure that they are putting videos east, west, south and center to make sure that Gintu is aligned or Gintu is put inside, so that everybody will be trending. building. He was just showing himself outside here. Oh, he's building. Let's see if he can just build. So the fact is what God has planned for Gintu, it's not planned for you. And if you think about you're going to be harming Gintu, that you're thinking about Gintu is gaining much of the influence and are making things very fast, you'll just continue rendering your stupidity to your own buttocks, because you think about everybody's just thinking about how you are thinking. And this is the crooked amnesia people who are just throwing people into pogroms, throwing people in imbroglio, thinking about they're going to be satisfactory, comprehending some of the statements, some issues here and there, so as Gintu can just be turned in, Gintu can be thrown here, and they'll just be feeling that, oh, now Gintu will not be building. Even if I'm just caught, whatever it comes, and I'm ready for it, and whatever it comes, Gintu will continue building. The G castle has to come out. And the fact is, whatever I've already planned, I've already put the money already, it's ready for the work to be done. That is the fact that no one has ever done it. Because they think about whenever Gintu is planning, tomorrow I'm going to be having electrification. The money is already sent to their accounts. They will come whether I am there or I'm not around. Look at the engineer who's building my G castle. It's always available, whether I'm there or I'm not there. And the fact is, it's giving them a hectic, because even to get such kind of an engineer I'm having, you should spend a lot of money, because for the J castle to come out the way it is, look at even this kind of a house here. It's one of the uniquest houses, and this where I'm always living whenever I'm having some businesses outside Nyabuhase, and that is the fact. And we are making things, and I see from wherever I'm living, and I'm acting perpendicularly. Much of the people think about, oh, you know, A, B, C, D, we're going to be putting into in, we're going to be putting this, we're going to be doing this for you. And the fact is, for the person who think about they're going to be selling me, you're going to be selling yourself, or you're going to be talking about, oh, I want to sell this kind of person, I see if I can get some views. You'll get views for that day. And whenever it's done, you are done completely. And I'm telling much of the people this as a fact. If you think that you're going to be selling Gintu and go with it that way, you are losing it. I have some calls here. I want to check who is they're going to be calling a little bit. I need to negotiate with them. Yeah, so guys, this is what is already getting to the brim of how the things are moving, and I'm going to be talking about let's keep on supporting Gintu and make it happen, because much of the people are getting jealousy, they are getting succumbed with how the things are running. Hey bro, uko fit, yeah? Sasa nacha ningie mtaa, eh? Thank you. So I'm going to be making things to happen, because much of the people think about Gintu, now you're going to be caught here and there, you're going to be thrown into pogrom, you're going to be thrown into this, and the fact has to come out that Gintu always to be Gintu, and I'm always to be whom I am, and I'll ever be who I am, because there's no one who can influence and be who I am, because they have tried it. I ever came out because people you have ever seen, I'm not stuck into one thing. I'm never stuck into one thing. Like some people can talk about Gintu is stuck in the fish farming. No, Gintu has been stuck into this. No, Gintu has been stuck. I'm always bringing the content variously, because I don't select. Because when I met Lady J once upon a time, he told me that, oh, Gintu, you know, I like you because you don't resemble one party only. You always bring things out with different parties. That is the effect, and that is what I'm always talking about. We should rectify where we can rectify things. And for the people think about, oh, Gintu, you know what, you have to rectify the other people, you have to rectify this and that, this, but the fact has to come out, and much of the people who are having much of the allegations, and this kind of the insinuation that is coming out, like they're going to be attacking Gintu, they're going to be doing some terrible mistake to Gintu, they're going to be doing very humiliative things to Gintu, but I'm going to be surviving, and I'm going to be making it happen, because it has not been so easy for me to reach where I have just reached, and for me to be who I am, I'm making things to come out very fantastic, very responsible, and I'm always acting perpendicularly. Much of the people think about, oh, Gintu, because he is building, because he's having a brand new car, and guys, imagine today as my vehicle was in garage, I was about to forget this. As my vehicle was in a garage and it was just stuck there, imagine my brother talked about, when I have reached in the garage, I've got that the police are waiting for me at the garage. And when I parked the vehicle, I was coming out, the police were just attacking me and talked about, we want the papers. And during that time, I had already reached with talk about this kind of the papers they were talking about. And they talked about, I wanted to ask them, who has made this kind of the things to happen out? And it was about, okay, there's no problem about this one. This is just a small thing that has to happen, this and then this. But the fact has to come out clean, that we are having much of the things that are always to be covered and to come out with an immediate effect. So guys, I'm going to be booking a vehicle here a little bit to make sure that I'm getting to home and make sure that everything is so fantastic. So I'm gonna be rushing to somewhere here a little bit and make things happen out. Keep it. Yeah, guys, this is the moment. So we are just gonna be checking on how this kind of the roof gonna be built here to make sure that everything is sealed completely. So you can just check how they're just framing it here to make sure that the concrete gonna be coming inside here like Safari Rally. So it's just a narrow path, and that's why we selected to have the chips. These are the chips ones that we are talking about, that are going to be mixed very thoroughly with the conch, highly concentrated with the cement to make sure they're going to be touching it so properly as it's going to be making sure that everything is coming out very softly here. So we are just having much of the time here. I see Wagwan, you are making it happen, eh?
Yeah.
You are using your fingers.
My hands now are fingering. Not fingering the one you know. Do you know this process?
Yeah, it's called putting it twice.
Folding.
Oh, folding.
Putting it twice. It is folding.
So guys, you can just check what is really happening to the G Castle, and I appreciate and I really thank the Lord, because the whole of this effect was brought, and whenever you see the rain You know, the mercy of God is upon us. And the effect we want to drive home is it's because the machete man approached here with the Bible. Maybe he's the one who brought this kind of the rainy and the praise that we are having right now in terms of rain. So you can gauge and know, is this kind of the house leaking or it's not leaking? So it has happened to have the good time and at a good moment where we are putting the roofing while it's a rainy season, so we can determine and know, is the house gonna be raining or it's part of the program, the way people are struggling with the hidden roof. And we are using the different techniques to handle and to make sure that everything is put in consideration. As far as everything is in concern, we are talking about this is a new regeneration that we are having. A top notch of the engineers are coming out with their own elevations to make sure that they are putting them onto the configuration and putting down onto an act. And whenever the act is written, everything is put onto the focusment of the construction. And that is the best moment that we are having to make sure that everyone is getting this kind of the platform one-on-one. So the effect of today is this. Much of the people are talking about the hidden roof are having a lot of problems whenever it comes to the rainy time. But the effect is one. We are attaching and knowing. Is it the real fact about because when we can just check on where they have just put this kind of the small concrete here, we want to determine about is it really raining? Look at here, guys. Look at here, guys. It's not raining. It's not raining. That is the fact. Look at here. It's not raining, guys. It's not raining. That is the fact. So we are having a best moment that we're going to be covering it out. So much of the people are having that kind of a problem and talking about, oh, my engineer was this way. And much of the people are using gutters in terms of putting this kind of the channel, which is the concrete gutter. Much of the people are using something which was not good. And the fact whenever it comes out is we are looking for the best alternative for us to use and make sure that whenever we are using it, we are getting the good concept about it and we can manhandle our own selves and make things change. And this is what is giving much of the people a problem. And the attacks they're just launching and to get into, it's coming from their jealousy and the perception that they're thinking about are going to be taking everything from them. But the fact is, how can you take some things from other people? The fact is that they don't even think. Their thinking is just behind their buttocks. That is the fact that is coming out and we're going to be making sure that everything is covered unto you and you're going to be getting the real concept about how are we making them and how are we going to be handling everything onto the G Castle. So we are intervening in the interventions to make sure that we are getting the content whenever it's raining, whether it's sunny, so you can just get the content. And whoever want to take the contract and talk about, oh, Gintu, I'm going to be making sure that I'm getting your contractor so you can just build for me another hidden roof. And this is a good plan. Thank you very much of everyone who has been supporting to make sure that the G Castle is coming out. Much of the people are in concern to know how have we reached and which percentage are we and how are you moving in which pace. This is the best moment we are doing and coming out with our own interventions. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the things still are coming onto the platform. It's an Skogintu. Let's go with it and make a change. Whatever change we're going to be making, it's something which will be progressing and we're going to be moving to another level. I'm never going back to where I was. I have to go forward and make things come. And if we make things come, we're going to be talking about this is our history time. Let's check on the water and to the new fish pond, how it's running in. The dogs are hibernating. How are you? Guys, it's now 1-on-1. The fish pond is having water. So the water is now coming in with an immediate effect. You can now check out. Woo! Guys, this is the fish pond that now this kind of water is full and we are accessing much of water and in. Let me get in so that I can just show you what is the best moment that we're going to be having to this kind of the time. Here we are 1-on-1. Let's go and make it happen. Wow. Guys, this is another best moment because we are already accessing water onto the fish pond here and we're going to be making it happening. Woo! Thank you, the living God. This is the best moment of Gintu and we're going to be making it happen. We're going to be praising the living God because right now water is covering the whole space of this kind of the fish pond. And after every time it's going to be raining, we're going to be accessing water through this pipe and we're going to be having some nets to make sure that there's no much of the refuse that are going to be refusing and from the tank and coming to this kind of the pond that we are having. This is another moment we have. Woo! So this is the best moment. And Gintu is looking forward. Much of water going to be harvesting at my position. And a lot of this water you're checking here, it was going for a rose. Right now, we can control, we can use it, and we can reuse it, and we can free some fish and survive in this water. And wait for that moment. This is another moment coming for rearing fish. It's _Gintu position. This is the tanglement. Woo!